Woot woot. Happy Tuesday. I got a little bit of a headache tonight. Sinus pressure. Storm's still going away. So I'm a little off a little bit. But welcome to Scram, Jett. It's another Tuesday, the last day of the month of August. And dude, the fall is creeping up on us. I'm kind of scared because this year's going by way too fast already. So
creep.
I know. Welcome to Scram, Jett. It's more of a redirection show. We like to focus on hobbies, entrepreneurship, try not to get too political, but, you know, current events and stuff like that. Welcome, as always, to all my beautiful co-host and co-hostess.
Co-hostesses.
Co-host I.
Oh, go ahead. Intro. What's up? I think Felix lost.
Dave lost.
Yeah.
Dave just accepted his fate. He's
got no nose.
I'm Uncle Si. Yeah, no nose. Yeah. I'm doing this in protest of people trying to tell me you should wear a mask to protect other people. I don't care about other people, really. So, but yeah, I'm Uncle Si, Army vet, did the Guard, the Reserves, active duty, individual ready reserves, active guard. Just trying to change your mind and make you laugh.
What's going on, guys? I'm the Medican, also the Sauce Boss. You know me, running Beard Q Sauce LLC, doing my thing up here in South Dakota. Things have been kind of crazy, but yeah, just trying to spread positivity how I can, when I can, where I can. And lately, my new hobby has been getting proficient on two wheels on a motorcycle.
Bro, that's not a hobby. That's going to become an obsession.
It's already an obsession, dude. Like, I get work done by noon, and if it's nice, I go get on the bike for the rest of the day.
You're like happy hours over. Time to two wheel.
But I still get work done on the bike. So yeah, it was good. Good day.
Cuddling Kittens, how you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. My name is Jenny. I'm an Air Force veteran. I go to college online. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I make silly TikToks.
And crochet.
I do, and I've also started dabbling with sewing.
Oh.
So what?
Boom.
Huh? I know what went on right there. That's fine. Whatever. What's going on, everybody? I'm W, aka Webb, coming at you from the South Coast. Thankfully, we're a little bit east of the storm that came through. I do have friends down in Louisiana that are displaced, and I had a friend that stayed in Homa for the whole thing. Thankfully, been in touch with him. Didn't lose a lot of stuff, like lost the carport. Obviously, if you build a house down there, you're building it for something. Good friend from the racetrack, Mr. Joey Himmel. He's been in here before. Not sure if he's got power or not. Haven't heard from him in a few days, but I know he's safe from the storm at least. It's been kind of weird down here the last couple of days, you know, like all the storm anxiety will get to you a little bit. What?
Your introduction.
I already said it. I said I'm W from South Coast. Rolling into it. Okay, I'm sorry. 10 years, aircraft metals technology, B1s, F-35s, a little bit of time in Turkey. Bro, I'm talking hurricane stuff now. Piss off.
Come on. You need structure.
I know. I did the structure. We went through everything. You know what I'm talking about? We're good.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. But I know, Felix, you talked to your mom. They got up to Slidell at least.
Yeah, everything's good. They went back home. They don't have power. But they have a generator. They're sleeping downstairs because it's hotter than Hades. Only person I haven't got a hold of is my pops because he's an old head and didn't get his phone card done. But he is also a retired or an ex-water survival trainer. So, you know, it's one of those things where you just kind of hope that the old lion, if it got bad enough, remembers that skill set.
Yeah.
And he, like, water survival rescue diver. So, you know, I still haven't heard from him, so I'm not really tripping on it. You know, as I learned when I was at Sacred Mountain, Jared's mom told me this phrase: "Don't borrow worry."
Sure. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah,
very true. I mean, it got over here. Like I said, I'm 130, 150 miles east of New Orleans proper. Got a little tricky. We mostly just got feeder bands and stuff like that, but those can be the most dangerous because it's been up tornadoes and massive amounts of rain. I think we got 8.5 inches here. Over 2
didn't that
days.
storm? It was supposed to go more to the west, and it for some reason decided to go back to the east towards y'all.
They forecasted it to, once it got into the Gulf, they were actually pretty accurate with it.
Okay.
It did jog east a little bit more. Actually, after it hit landfall, like it hit Houma, Louisiana, this way, and then went north a little bit, and then jogged west just a little bit more, and then started. Yeah, it was just weird track. Obviously, my sister's a meteorologist, so that automatically makes me a weather nerd. I have Radar Pro on my phone. I've got my own weather station out here. If anybody, that's my weather station right there. KALMOBIL 280.
Nice.
That will
Well,
show
see,
you all
I
kinds
used
of
to live
stuff.
in Mississippi. I went through a couple of hurricanes in the mid 70s, late 70s, so I know that experience. So yeah, that's some freaky stuff that happens down there, man.
I have no clue who that is calling me this time of night. But yeah, sorry these are in portrait, but these are some of the screenshots that I took along the way. 8:54 in the morning, I think. Yeah, Saturday morning. That's when it was starting to rock in, and just beyond the reach of good resolution radar. That's our area. If you can see in the very center, there's a blue crosshairs. That's where we were. That's where I am actually. And it's 8:56 in the morning. You can see these bands coming in, with these long tracks, which means they're moving really freaking fast.
What school band was it?
What
band was it? Grambling Southern? What band came through?
Bands?
Dad joke.
Feeder band. Yeah, bad joke. It was like, what are you talking about, bro?
Bad
It was Pink Floyd, bro.
dad joke.
Pink Floyd, man.
Pink Floyd came through, dude.
Yeah, this is 1:00. I think right around the time that it made landfall around Port Fourchon and Grand Isle. But I mean, it's just scary watching this thing. The winds tuck into the eye like that, 150 miles an hour. Had gust of 172, I think, and it just stayed up to category 3 for 16 hours as it went inland.
Well, I was watching on the news, and they were showing Pascagoula, Mississippi, and they were showing people driving on the beach road, and I was like, I've been on that road. Holy shit!
Yeah.
This is a question that I'm not gonna lie. So I'm from New Orleans. That's where I was born, not partly raised in the South. Worked down there all over, and every time hurricanes happen, this is the shit that's just it astounds me. I'm about to drop a picture in here from TikTok, a video I made. Or I got
y'all. Why they try to kill Al Roker? Why do they have that man just in the middle of a hurricane? Dude, get your old black ass out of there. They're trying to kill you, bruh.
I never understood why. It does not add to anything to be standing in the middle of a fucking hurricane.
Well, what cracks me up is they had Jim Cantori guy down there, right? He's got a hard hat on. He's leaning into the wind, and behind him are two redneck Cajuns in shorts just walking.
And the lineman behind him just going out to the truck, doing a backflip behind them.
Yeah,
they're standing in between two buildings purposely to get the Venturi effect to make the wind look like it's going faster. He's wearing a baseball helmet, just I don't want to get hit in the head. Okay, cool. Where's your eye pro?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm not gonna lie. Al was out in the freaking water.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's lost weight, so it's not like he even had.
Bro, you ain't an anchor no more. You need to get back in.
You literally not an anchor no more. I'm why? War correspondents keep their heads down. I still don't get that shit. But yeah.
Well,
I'd be like, wait, you want me to go where? Why?
They trying to get rid of his contract. They're like, man, this dude ain't dead yet. He done got healthy.
I will admit it's a weird kind of I guess you could say morbid fascination with all violent storms and stuff like that. You kind of want to see what happens, but you don't want anything crazy to happen.
Well, exactly.
Like the lady who got hit with the fish.
How many people were having hurricane parties like out in their garage, fired up the grill, and was just getting drunk, going, "Let's watch this thing come in."
Depending on how far away you were from it.
Yeah.
There's some things like Cat 2, all right, go. Cat 3, but like, let's pack some stuff up. Make sure the generator's fueled up.
See, like here in the Midwest, here in the Midwest, we have tornado parties. You know,
I don't. This is why women live longer. I'm just saying.
How do you have tornado parties? You can't see them coming from a week away.
Oh,
they're all standing on the front porch.
They give you a tornado
hours.
warning. They give you a warning like, hey, we could have a hurricane. And so everybody goes out to the garage and hopes they can like go, look, a hurricane.
Dude, I was in Oklahoma and no shit, dude. I'm going home and they're like predicting like Cat 4 tornadoes. And as I'm driving home, I see people rolling out smokers and coolers in their driveway up on roofs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
stupid people. My God.
Yeah. At least you can tell like a hurricane, you see it coming.
Yeah.
And you get some prediction. Tornadoes, that shit just actually in Oklahoma City, it was one part of Oklahoma City always got the majority of the tornadoes coming through. It was more Oklahoma, and it was one of those things like you knew where it was going.
Yeah,
it was always going on the other side of the interstate, and you're like, just quit building shit right there. But
well, speaking of tornadoes, can you see in the middle of the screen, just above that car?
You got one right there peeking down.
That was a water spout out in Mobile Bay. I was walking out to my truck, going to lunch. I'm like, man, that looks like a water spout. Sure is a water spout. And I've got a picture on my phone. I enhanced it a little bit, turned down the brightness, so you can see the rest of the funnel going down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, cool. Thanks for making me come into work today. So they sent out an email and stuff like that saying, we're going to close the site for Saturday, for safety reasons, or Saturday night into Sunday for safety reasons and all this stuff. So, that comes to fruition. It makes landfall, and we're further away than we thought. But we knew we were going to get big, crazy bands when it cut back eastward. So then they call Sunday night, little automated message. Oh, delayed reporting until 8 o'clock. I'm like, cool. So you're going to make us come to work in the middle of possibly a violent, feeder band.
Yeah.
And then stay at work during the violent feeder bands. This is exactly what happened. Like I said, I went outside and took that picture on my way to lunch. I'm like, thanks, guys. You know how many people in my management showed up that day?
0.
Big fat goose egg, bro.
Yep.
Well, because they got to, protect their, stuff.
Yeah. I got a story about all that too. Some revelations as well. I did do a hurricane butt for sure.
There you go. That's how you party.
Yeah. So it turned out, this first one I've done on this Masterbuilt. Turned out amazing. I really didn't even have that many pictures of it freaking eaten because it was awesome. So
I was talking with Felix last week. Somebody I know on Facebook that will remain nameless did a 8-pound brisket for 37 hours.
What did he have? Like beef jerky left?
I don't know. I'm like, that thing had to have had a bark ring like this and been dry as like a 90-year-old woman.
Literally freaking beef jerky, man. Who is this cat?
37 hours. I was like, I've just watched Felix enough. An 8-pound brisket, that's like half a day, not even,
It's like 10 hours max.
Yeah.
Whoever that cat is, he's just trying to throw hours out there for clout. Doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, he's one of them ones that, hey, I know how. Okay, fine, bro. You do you, boo-boo.
No, he doesn't. Direct him to me. I'll teach him. Or at least tell him. So, yeah, this is the type of bands that we had coming through.
Ooh.
Yeah,
ugly.
this one had a tornado in it.
Definitely
This little spot right here.
Tornado.
It's a little bit of red, so this is a velocity map. So everything that's moving away from the radar, which is this big black dot here, is in red. Anything that's coming toward the radar is in green. So if you see a spot over here where it's red and green very close together, that means there's some rotation right there. So we had that cross into our county, and we have some rotation spin up literally right near the house, just probably a little bit southwest of the house, and we got in the bathroom, and it was just touch and go all day, man. You know, it's just that storm stress.
Yeah.
Never lost
yeah.
power or anything like that. Always worried about my buddies down in NOLA.
Yep.
So, anyway, hope y'all had a better week. Holy crap.
I did.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's kind of it's a crazy duality because I'm on the phone outside having a cigar and a bourbon, and it was a very nice day, and I'm calling for my mom and my dad, and it's like blue skies and sunshine, and I'm like calling home, and it's hurricane, and you're like talking to my mom who's older and stubborn, and I'm like, "Are you leaving?" "No, I'm not going anywhere." I'm like. And what my phrase is, you're acting very old folks homish. That's what I call it.
Yep.
You're acting really old folks homish, meaning Shady Pines is in your future. Like if you don't start making better choices, you know. And,
I know. And I asked you about that. Like, they're gonna stay.
Yeah. Then I talked to her husband, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a gen." And then he showed me their setup. Had this little bitty generator on the patio. I'm like, "You got to tie it down." "No, it's on the patio." Like so, hurricanes just don't. Like, oh, it's on the hurricane's like, oh, it's on the patio. We're not gonna blow it.
Don't touch the patio.
Should
get real mad,
well,
bro.
You know, it is that whole Southern mother. Like, oh, we can't touch the patio.
Don't touch nothing on the patio. You'd be sleeping on the couch.
You know, yeah. It'd be like that video I saw today. This guy, he was in the desert, and you know how they have the dirt devils spinning, and he's sitting there with American boxer shorts, combat boots, and that's it. And he's doing kung fu.
Oh yeah, he's starting to fight it.
Yeah. In Tent City, he's fighting it, and they're playing America. Yeah,
Mike, that lighthouse ain't. Yeah, that lighthouse ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
but yeah, like I said, for me this week, besides that, got into a new store today. Got into two new stores this week, technically. Farther out in Spearfish, one out in Belle Fourche, South Dakota. So now I'm in.
Family's from.
I'm in two runnings, two connects, and also the only two grocery stores called Timmons Market. So getting there. It's kind of cool. And yes, I got to ride a lot, and I went around doing all this on the bike. Minus deliveries. Can't really figure out how to carry cases.
Trailer, bro. Build a trailer.
I don't want to get a trailer.
Get a sidecar.
No, it's even worse on those roads.
Yes, even.
I've been there.
It was funny though. Thank you for the congrats. Well, after we bought the bike and I went back a couple of days later, they actually did have my bike with a sidecar attachment in the parts department sitting out there. I was like, they make it all. I was like, oh, yeah. No.
Just think, you could take Chewy, you could take Layla, you could rotate the dogs on road trips in the sidecar.
They just you can buy them the goggles.
Get them the little goggles. Yeah, get them the doggy goggles, the little leather helmet.
I think one would stay in.
Who's going to clean the sidecar?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Hit that gas one good time, and that sidecar is going to be full of something foul smelling. I ain't touching it.
Yeah, right.
I got to get QD attachments on the sidecar. Explosive bolts.
Put some freaking drain plugs in it so you can just hose it out.
You just put like expanded metal on it, and then you carpet over it, so when people are there, it looks nice. When the dogs are there, it's just expanded metal on the bottom.
Oh God!
But my first service is at 500 miles, and I'm about at 480. Clocking them, and it is because I went out. I think it was Monday. What's today? Tuesday.
Yep. Always
Tuesday.
So Tuesday. And so that's me at Lake Pactola. Well, the bike sitting out at Lake Pactola, took a extended route running from the bottom here where the red dot is where I live, and going left up 385, and I kind of took a detour at the top where you really can't see, which is down Johnson Siding where I used to live, back to Rapid City.
It's not Johnson Side. It's 44.
Johnson Siding where I used to live, toward Johnson Siding where I used to live, because that's what the sign says, toward Johnson Siding, then Rapid City.
The little dot up there, like
back up
towards the
Highway
top of the
16.
screen, right there.
Yeah.
That's Johnson Siding. That's the spot.
Yeah, that's that spot what I'm talking about. But so going back toward Johnson Siding, like I said, and really good, I would say medium ride. It was fun. Kind of some curves, not too much traffic, very scenic, very beautiful.
Yes.
Like this is something that I wish I would have done like years ago.
When I was riding up there, yeah, you should have gotten a freaking bike.
Well, we never talked about it.
That ride you did was my Tuesday afternoon. I'm not kidding you. It was like a typical. I'd get off work. My wife wouldn't be home. I didn't have any kids at the time. And I'd kick off to Rapid City up 44, down 385, up 16. Boom, hit my house.
Yeah, I used to do it in my car, but I used to go up Needles and Iron Mountain in my Infinity, which I'm not doing that anytime soon on my bike.
Yep.
But the cool thing is those roads are very windy, but their speed limit on them is not high.
Yeah.
So that's not the part, I take it as it comes. I'm more cautious on, I'm not in a rush to go anywhere, especially
Hey,
off
Jimmy!
the road. That Jimmy James up in the house? Jimmy James.
You're going to get to
is.
see
What's
him
up,
in a
brother?
couple weeks. He's coming up there in September,
not
bro.
a couple weeks, a couple days.
Yeah.
He'll be going to Sacred Mountain, and he's going to be staying up here at the Casa.
I saw
before he goes through.
Sacred Mountain posted that up about welcome Jimmy James, and they did the little bio, and I was like,
Nice.
oh, I know that guy. He makes great beef jerky.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I want it all.
I do too, bro.
That's his admission to stay at the house. Not really, but really. It's like, I want to see. Look through the peephole. Show me the beef jerky.
Gotta pay to play, bro.
You open up the little mail, put it through the beef. Put it through.
I'm about to settle a debate real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
He better not have banana pudding. I'm gonna kick his ass. What is that?
Way better cold.
Can't
Sipping cream, banana
pudding. I knew it.
Way better cold.
Yes, it is after it's cooked.
Got a little spice to it. I mean, it's only like 20%, but it's like.
Man, speaking of spice, I've already started seeing pumpkin spice everywhere.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
September.
Yes.
It's about to be.
It is almost September. It's September. It's close enough.
Everybody hush. Cuddling kittens time right now about pumpkin spice. Shh.
Where did I saw on Facebook that you posted about the Wheaties. Where did you find those?
Walgreens. But here's the thing. Amanda used to work there, and she goes, don't buy those. They've been on the shelf, and they go from the shelf to the back room to the shelf every year. Nobody buys it. They just keep rotating it back and forth.
Ew.
It's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
It's Wheaties.
I'll check the dates and I'll look.
I was like, look, I'm not that big of a pumpkin fan. I could have a piece of pumpkin pie around Thanksgiving. That's about my limit. All this other stuff, oh my God.
I want pumpkin bread so bad. My pumpkin spice
pumpkin
lattes.
Pumpkin bread's good. I'll admit that.
Yeah, I'll eat that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I will go to the store. And pick some up.
do have, unfortunately, I don't think pumpkin spice is going to be out for this season. I don't think I'm going to make the deadline. So
that's okay. It happens.
We'll see. Coffee. I just got the
banana pudding. Oh yeah, we're back on the banana pudding now. You just stop talking about everything else.
Yeah.
But do explain more.
I did get the nutrition facts for coffee. So that means by sometime this month coming, we'll have our coffee sauce launched, but I don't think our pumpkin spice is going to be out yet. So we'll see. hoping.
I do like the label idea that you had up for that. That was pretty cool with the pumpkin on that. That was nice.
I launched a video with a bunch of all my logos because everything had to get a TM next to it. So I'll be going through my website, swapping out logos and things like that because we're getting trademarked. So right now it's TM. Once it's applied, it'll be registered.
Nice. So then it'll go from the little TM to an R.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
On that note, we're slide just really quickly. We haven't talked about anything else. We're about the bottom of the hour right now. It's no big deal. It's good. Conversation's rolling. It's good to go. We're back on banana pudding, which everybody's interested about. So we'll get back into that right after the slide. We are part of the Veterans Anonymous group. You can catch us right now on twitch.tv/vetsanon, YouTube/Veterans Anonymous, and Facebook/Veterans Anonymous 22. Right now, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays, you're watching Scram, Jett. We're more of a redirection show. Try to find the humor in life a little bit more. We're more focused on entrepreneurship, hobbies, and anything that gives you a sense of mission after you left the military. Please join us next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays. The hostess with the mostest, Miss Combat Cricket. She is in the comments right now. Please hit her up. She's gonna have to start sending out applications for people trying to jump on the show. Play a lot of awesome games. That's how I ended up being on the network with these guys. Just an introduction, see, FaceTime and flow and chemistry and stuff like that. It's awesome times, just a place to chill out, vent, do whatever you need to do. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays, the Crossroads. And rounding in our week, maybe we'll see what the Americans got planned this week. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays with the Full Metal Crayon Eaters. Those are our resident Marines, Tommy Indifferent and Baby Jesus. Still can't believe they let us give a weekend safety brief. At the same time, Mr. Kyle Killinger, a.k.a. Baby Jesus, is running 3,000 miles across America to raise awareness of veteran suicide. Please go check out his page at Because He's My Brother on Facebook. And if you do feel so inclined to donate to his cause, because all this is either self-funded or a tiny bit of crowd-funded activities, visit his Venmo at Because He's My Brother. Well, that's our slide, guys. Thank you. So what are we getting back into?
Banana pudding.
Oh, here we go.
So after you mix everything and layer it through, and then you put your custard on, you put it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Then you take it out of the oven and you put it in the fridge.
See, the debate was, how is banana pudding better served? I said cold.
No, it wasn't better served. You said, how is banana pudding made?
No.
It wasn't better served.
No.
Because I don't eat warm banana pudding. I eat cold banana pudding, but you have to cook it. That was the debate. You said you don't cook it. You put the custard on top, put it in the oven for 15 minutes. It depends on how you want your custard, and then you put it in the fridge.
So custard is the deciding factor because you have to cook custard. Pudding, you do not.
I don't put custard in my pudding.
Pudding, you do. You know what? It's going on the food truck.
Do it.
It's going on a food truck.
Sir. Do it.
It's going on a food truck. Homemade.
That's what you remember me talking about Emily Hancock, one of my friends up here who's a chef.
Yeah.
Took over Hancock's barbecue from her dad, who took it over from his dad, who took it over from his dad, like many generations. She came in there as a professional chef, classically trained chef, and that's one thing she put on there is banana pudding, and she cannot keep it in the house, man.
And I'm going to make a bourbon caramel sauce to go on top.
Oh, bourbon caramel, nice.
That's a reduce. You got to reduce.
I'm not
it a lot.
The reality is, I'm not a big banana pudding person. I'm extremely picky about it
because it's you said banana. It's not pudding. It's pudding. There's no ing. It's pudding.
I speak proper English most of the time.
Because banana pudding is two different things. Pudding, and pudding are two different things.
But see, with my hearing loss, it sounds like you're saying pudding.
No, it's pudding.
It still sounds like pudding
pudding.
to me.
See, now I like
the G at the end.
I like the Jello pudding with
Yes.
vanilla wafers.
Yes,
and
pudding
then you
comes
put
in
the
a
Yeah,
pudding
I
in.
like that one.
I like that pie with the vanilla wafers. That's good.
You're like, I'm not gonna lie. The first time being up north, up here, going to a barbecue, a family like cookout, they were like, "Yeah, we got banana pudding," and I didn't hear. I heard pudding. They said pudding. Be honest, they said pudding, and I was like,
Still way better cold.
super excited, and I scooped a big scoop of it, and for one, they didn't have any vanilla wafers in it, so I was like, "That's weird."
Gotta have the wafers.
And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, "Why is it just all yellow?" Like there's no layers, and I was like, oh, this is like Jello pudding. They're like, yeah, banana pudding. I'm like, nah.
That's banana pudding. That's what it is.
But it's the same difference when my wife, the first time she made baked mac and cheese, she used Velveeta, and I was like, that is no longer allowed in our home. That was like my one thing, and then I made it.
Felix on the phone. Hello, Mr. Lawyer. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a divorce. She used Velveeta.
No, to be honest, that's what they do up here. And so then I made it again, and she loved it because it's real cheese. We just don't use Velveeta. Hell, I'd rather eat government cheese. At least government cheese is real.
That government cheese was good though. That kicks the snot out of freaking Velveeta.
Government cheese is like multi-purpose. You can use it to eat. You can use it for a weapon. You can use it for defense.
You can.
I guarantee you that stuff could probably stop a bullet.
That stuff could patch a hole in the wall. I've seen it done. A buddy of mine, me and him were just gone out of our minds one night, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to patch a hole in the wall," and it worked. It was there for like a month.
Because it's not going to rot.
Even Paula Deen is a no-cook banana pudding. No bake. Sets up in 4 hours.
No, she's not.
That doesn't exclude the fact she's a badass Southern cook.
No, I know.
Yeah. Hey, whenever a recipe starts out with, you take 4 pats of butter and throw them in.
No, her recipe start off with, first you get yourself a drink.
Yeah, okay. And then you pour in a pound of butter.
Then you get the help to clean the kitchen up first.
Yeah.
Hold up, Paula. Hold up,
Paula. Wait, what?
Chill out.
Potato salad with raisins. Yeah.
No, raisins. No, do not go in tater salad. No.
There's a guy I follow. He has some pretty cool, funny content like that. It's like what won't black people do? He's like, put raisins in any salad.
Bro, I grew up in the 70s, and we had that freaking Betty Crocker file cookbook that like the mom would go to and stuff and pull out little cards. One of the recipes was for shredded carrots and raisins in green Jello.
Yeah, there's things that are called actual. They snuck them in. They're actually hate crimes against humanity, not just people, just hate crimes against humanity, and they snuck them in through the culinary world.
It was like you'd go to a party or a church thing or some VFW Legion thing, and it was like there was always that green line Jello, and it had raisins and orange carrot shreds through it. It was like, oh, what the hell?
I truly think that's like a purgatory hell world. Like if I'm not a good human, and when I go to wherever we go, and I go to a cookout, and it's a barbecue, and all they have is hamburgers and hot dogs with sweet baby rays, and everything has raisins in it.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, Jade, Jello salad is a real thing, but it covers a lot. It's anything that you add to a Jello and then freeze and then serve. So, like, I've seen fruit cocktail in Jello. I've seen carrots and raisins in Jello. I've seen just pineapples and bananas in Jello.
Hold up, guys. I got a quick update. Fiegel on TikTok his account has been banned again.
Again?
Oh man, they got a hard on
because I just went through. I was looking for a video, and I noticed, how you don't have, and it just says TikToker, and it says his name, and this account has been banned. Damn. They are freaking tyrannical.
They're getting nuts.
This account has been banned due to community guidelines violations.
It's still showing up for me.
Well, like, because I was messaging him some information and just checking up on him, making sure he was good, and unless it's weird.
Beagle 2.0.
So what's really funny is I was out on the porch earlier. My wife was out there with her phone, and she started listening to somebody. And I'm like, that sounds very familiar. She's like, yeah, I started following him a little while ago because he's got some updates about this. He's got somebody on the inside, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Fiegel. She's like, that's him. I'm like, yeah, we know him. He's been on the show. It's one of Cuddling Kitten's best friends. She was just like literally in Tennessee visiting him not too long ago. She's like, what? Like, we know Adam. It's cool.
Yeah.
We knew him before it was cool. It's no big deal.
Yeah. That's funny.
It was pretty funny.
I got a funny one this week, right? So Felix has been in the neighborhood that I live in. It's kind of hoodish, hood adjacent.
Yeah, it's
hood adjacent.
It's not the best area. Anyway, so I'm doing my beer stroll and I walk over and I see a car in the parking lot at Walgreens stop, and a chick that was Amy Schumer size, let's say. She gets out and her friend gets out. They get on the hood of the car. The car takes off and starts to do a left-hand turn like this. The chick falls a little off. Her legs are going like this on the ground. Then she just tumbles and does like, a barrel roll. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, is somebody trying to leave and somebody doesn't want them to or what? No, they start laughing. Her friend gets off the hood. They get up. I'm like, oh my God, that was like really weird. I go in. I tell the guy behind the cash register, I'm like, you guys got to watch the video tonight because you're going to laugh your ass off at the parking lot. The two gals come in. She's got blood streaming down the back of her head, down her neck. Her freaking knee is all sliced up. And she's like, can we go use the bathroom? And I'm like, man, the stuff I see, I got to start carrying my phone with me.
You need to start. You'd have 3 million followers if you just, back in the day when because you used to record them on Facebook. You remember your meth head neighbors?
Oh,
got their house boarded up. And
oh my God.
It was like, it went from they're outside smoking crack or whatever. Then there's cops. And then one day they're like, house is boarded up. Then they're like breaking the boards down to get in. And Dave just like sitting there recording this shit.
Oh, it was crazy back in the day, bro. Yeah, they ripped off, they stole a van from some handicapped person at the mall and then brought it back to the crack house. And literally they were just pulling everything out of the van. It was piled up. Then they had to get the van towed. Then the guy, it's a crazy neighborhood, bro.
Jesus.
The first year I lived here, we had SWAT raid the house across the street because the guy was selling pills and making meth. I'm talking SWAT, like the guys in the black ninja suit.
When my father-in-law was here, I was on TikTok, and it was a realtor who was going to show a house in a neighborhood in a certain place where my father-in-law lives, and it showed the neighborhood and it said where it was from, and he's literally going to show a house across the street. And as he's driving to do the pre-inspection, there is a like MRAP, and the guys are doing stack formation going into a house, and he's like, "I'm gonna call this one a wash."
Right?
I'm good.
And I'm like, "Hey, you know this neighborhood?" And his wife's like, "Yeah, we know that neighborhood." I was like, "Oh wow, small town." Small town America.
Well, yeah, like I said, the first year I lived here, they had SWAT raid and they arrested people. Then the guy got out of prison like 5 years later, and there was a drive-by that went on. There were kids in the neighborhood out in the street picking up brass. The cops took like 2 hours to get over here. They're like, another shooting on the east side. We don't care.
The kids reload.
Yeah.
Taking all the evidence real quick.
The kids are handing it to the cops. The cops are like, we can't do anything. Here, have a souvenir.
Well, they touched it, so they really can't do anything. It's not like they have the FBI's ability to do multi-layer fingerprint scans.
Right. But, still, it was just like literally, it was about like an hour and a half to 2 hours. You know, I know multiple people called in like, hey, there's shots getting fired over here, people. Literally, like 2 hours later, 2 police cars show up.
Well, at least they showed up and back in New Orleans in the project.
Oh yeah.
If you call from a certain area, like, where you at? Can you make it to this street?
Yeah. Or like,
sorry, we do not service that area.
Yeah.
We're the city limits. Yeah, we still don't service that area.
Well, like, well, and exactly now it's like, you know, I've heard gunshots around here since then, and there's no cops because nobody's going to call. You know, I just go like this and go, yeah, okay, you know.
But shit's going to change. Shit has to. The world's getting a little crazy. But you know what? We're still here. We're doing what we do, keeping our head above water and being here for one another. That's all I got to remember. At the end of the day, we're all Americans. And yeah, that's about all that.
I do have a small announcement.
Uh-oh.
You pregnant?
I have put in no, not anymore. I fell down the stairs. The 3 stairs I have in the house. I did put in my 2 weeks notice at Airbus last Wednesday.
You got the job. Congratulations.
I did. I got
Walmart greeter. Here we come.
Yep. Better management, at least. Said that out loud. Sorry.
Less stress.
No, I saw this job, LinkedIn, just barely looking around. I'm like, man, I'll apply for it, whatever. And then I got reached out to by a recruiter, and I'm like, well, I didn't really expect to get a call back on this. She's like, oh no, looking at your resume and stuff like that, and talking to you now, you're a pretty good candidate. I'm like, okay, throw me in there, whatever. And then I got a virtual interview, and they liked me, and then they set me up on a panel interview, in-person panel interview. So I showed up at 8 in the morning, interviewed with 2 people for 45 minutes, another 2 people for 45 minutes, and then went on a shop tour with the director of engineering. And that was supposed to last till about noon. It lasted till about 1:30 because we just kept talking, and they catered lunch for me and all this stuff. And left with a great impression. Like really interested in the place. It's really focused more toward my passions. Like I love fabricating, machining, designing stuff. And I have not. It's what I thought I was going to be doing at my current employer, but it turns out it wasn't at all. I did a few things, but they wouldn't really let me affect true change like I'm used to. And then they threw me into all these other job descriptions that were literally other people's jobs that were already working there because they weren't doing them. So didn't really sit well with me, but I tell you this much. I put him a 2 weeks notice, and it took 7 hours for anybody to even acknowledge it.
I bet it was longer.
No, it took 7 hours for anyone to acknowledge it, either by electronic means, and all I got was a text message. It took over 40 hours for someone to come and see me to my face and ask me why.
Right.
And that's an entire day, an entire shift between the time I submitted it at noon on one day and do the work day, and then another entire day, and then the next morning. I was there that entire day. I saw plenty of people in my management chain. Nobody looked me in the eye. Nobody said anything to me. If that doesn't tell you what you're worth to the company right there, they don't even have the courtesy to ask you why you made the decision and all this stuff. And it was a short term. It was like a job offer with a short expiration time. You know what I mean? So I had to make a decision, and the pay was what I think I deserve at the time. Great benefits, job's going to be good. All this, everything just lined up, and
cool beans.
Yeah, I'm
happy
sitting there
for
thinking,
you and the family.
Yeah, I was just sitting there thinking, what if they come back and counter offer and stuff like that? Oh, if they give more money, how happy am I going to be for how long there when I'm not even happy now?
Right. Yeah.
Beating my brains against the desk, trying to keep kind of busy. I mean, I do my job, I do my work great, and I get everything done, but it's not what I want to do. So, the cherry on top of all that is that after 40 hours of no one even coming to me and asking me face to face, why I'm choosing another job, they had a meeting in my section with my supervisor and his supervisor and a few other people and another floor supervisor. And they started going on about how they're going to, who's going to do the NC programming, who's going to take up this part of my job, who's going to take up this part of my job, and who's going to take up this part of my job.
Yeah.
Robots.
And it literally, I can see on his face as he's explaining to people, oh, wow, well, we need somebody for this. We need somebody for this. We need somebody who, yeah, who you going to get, brother? Well, if we'd have had a little bit more time, a little bit more notice, we could have. And this guy's very, very Spanish, very thick accent. But,
Dave, do you want to know why you're wearing a mask?
Hey, I'm trying to do my part to stop the spread of the COVID blah blah variants and all of that.
Over the airwaves. Yeah.
Well, hey, Fauci said you should wear 2 masks.
Of course. Well, this guy looks up and tells me, well, you didn't give us enough notice, so how can I trust you to be loyal to the company in your last 2 weeks and turn over your process? I stopped right there.
Oh.
I'm like, first of all, I'm here for my colleagues and not for you. If it was here for you, I'd have left a note on your desk and you'd have been stranded. So let's just get that straight right now. You don't talk to me like that. You don't call me disloyal. You don't call me dishonest. You don't call me untrustworthy. That's where I draw the line. I don't care who you are. Anything else, any other talk like that, I'm packing my box and I'm leaving today. So let's just start this over again, because that's not cool at all. I was like, it's not my problem. You don't hold other people accountable for not doing their jobs. You just pile it on somebody else that will do it. And then when you started counting off the things that I do for this company, then you got worried because you realized you're going to have to hire like 3 people to cover what I was doing.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. So, and from then on, of course, nobody else has come to talk to me in management. There's been 15 people come to talk to me from my department, like, bro, what's going on? I tell them straight up. So I'm not recruiting anybody. I'm just telling them my experiences. And I'm supposed to have an exit interview,
Yeah.
It was an exit interview. It was an online survey. It was a Google form.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, great job. I was like, oh, let's go. So I spent
That's about like the military doing a climate assessment or opening up the floodgates for people to get out and retire early.
Yeah.
And then we want 10,000 people out, so we're going to open up the doors for retirement and early out. And 10,000? How about getting 25,000 applicants? And then we're like, maybe we should have done a climate assessment survey before we get offered this.
Oh.
Nope, they did not do that.
I'm just like trying to figure out how to ban these assholes.
Ban who?
The people from Twitch.
Yeah.
There's some silliness going on over there in the comments. Ignore those people.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, nice. Not even original.
Yeah, right.
Oh, see, what are they saying?
Oh, you don't even get a chance to it's just this shit. So
just random dumb stuff.
Okay, well, just chill out. If y'all want to stay in the comments, cool. But chill.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm leaving my freaking job after 2 years. Thank you for the opportunities and all that shit. But it's time to go. So
don't even know what SawCon is.
Don't know what SawCon is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up? Shit.
I know
Bobby.
Jenny. Who?
What's up, Bobby?
That was quick.
What was quick?
I thought something popped up. SawCon is dick.
Yeah, they're trying to be trolls.
Go tell your parents what you're doing online. Go to bed. Do your homework.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So we can do one thing, I think.
I don't know how to control the Twitch stream because I'm not in. You'd have to be logged into Twitch.
I just I just lost it. I just kicked it off. I just kicked off Twitch. So.
Oh, well, that'll work.
That'll work too. Yeah.
Bye, Twitch.
Yeah, you have to be logged into the Twitch to do anything to whoever's on Twitch. I don't know.
Oh, literally just got a message from my buddy down at home in Louisiana.
Nice.
You doing all right?
Yeah, he said, I don't know if I still have service. Lost my second carport, and one of the carports is resting on my FRS. Found a ton of new leaks also. Just want to update you that I'm fine.
Well, at least he's all right. All of that.
Yeah. I saw a video of these firefighters, because first responders have to. Well, a lot of people forget first responders don't get to go home and hang out with their families during things like that. And so these guys have all their a lot of the footage came from the cams that the fire departments have over certain areas, and they did time lapse showing like the winds, and then like hours later showing like feet of water. But one of the videos I watched, it was the firefighters are under their carport or their garage, the door open, and it was a building across the yard, and the roof gets ripped off, and it gets yeeted. That's the only way I can say it. It gets yeeted perfectly across all this land where it could have landed, but it went directly for this house and this roof and just crashed. It's like it's almost like purposeful. Like it could have landed anywhere in between, but it went 200 and some odd yards to hit this house.
Wow. I saw an interview today where there was like they were interviewing neighbors, and the one neighbor was like, yeah, I looked out my house and I saw my neighbor's house was like half collapsed. So I called him up and was like, hey, you okay? And he's like, yeah, just stay home. I'm fine. And the dude's like in a half collapsed house. His neighbor's calling him up and he's like, nah, I'm more worried about you. It's just like that's the whole mentality of it,
That doesn't really work out nowadays with the thin TVs. Frank,
unless you got to go in the garage of that house.
Your picture tube.
Yeah, Frank's old too. He's probably still got a tube TV, and he's probably got a green screen monitor.
852. Okay, he might have faded back out. Doesn't look like he got the message and is not active anymore. But it did come through. Who knows when he sent that?
Yeah. It could have been before.
Yeah,
he could have been out of it. Just now he got into coverage and it sent it. But still, good to hear.
Okay, so I knew he got through the storm. I just didn't know how bad stuff was around him. Hey, I'm just gonna tell you guys, if you're transitioning out of the military or have transitioned out of the military, you know how tough the civilian world is. Complete and total lack of accountability, of personal accountability, of management accountability, all that stuff. If you find a good company that has values and morals and makes people do what they're supposed to do, and if they don't, they fire them. Stick with it. Lots of things out there that are not even close to what we're used to, in that mental mindset, integrity, accountability, in a mission mindset. It's very, very rare. Started seeing that quite a while back, but I mean, it is what it is. Suck it up for a little bit. You know how it goes. And then here we are today. Found something else. Hey guys.
Goonies is, I don't care when. Great. I will watch that every time it's on. I don't care.
Yeah. There's certain movies that you can watch no matter what part you turn the TV on to.
Oh yeah.
And Goonies is one of those movies.
I will, if I'm going through the TV guide, on the direct TV, I'll sit there and it says Goonies. I'm like, auto tune,
A lot of 80s, like Goonies, Top Gun, Rambo's.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so these guys came over to Mexico City, this little spot in Mississippi we got, outlaw drifting, and it's probably 4 hours back to his house. Took him 6 hours to get back because everybody evacuating. Yeah,
I bet.
Yeah, it's like maybe not. No, it's 2.5. Yeah, you're right. It's probably an hour from my house. So everybody evacuating was just crazy.
Mike, I agree with you. Everything that I've seen ever since I've been retired active duty, I think is partially bullshit when it comes to reserves and guard guys, how they get treated on the medical side, because it's not like you guys like deployed to like other places, like, oh, you weren't in the burn pits, you were in the reservist burn pits. No, you guys went to the same places. But I see guys like I did a retirement for a guy here. He retired 20 some odd years in the guard, but he has to wait till he's like 65 to do anything. And I'm like, that's kind of crap, because I get shit the day I get out. Because I was active. But and they're like, well, because they didn't do it full time. Well, I wasn't deployed my whole damn career. But when that's my issue, how people look at it, because it's the same shit. I did a normal job in the States until I went deployed. They did a normal job. Happened. Some of them are military, some of them are civilian trades. But when you deploy, we do the same shit. So if we do the same shit, I think they should be taken care of just like active duty members, because it's not like the shit that happened to them is going to wait till they're 65.
Well, that's just their retirement.
Well, no, the retirement, but even the medical, like I talked to guys in there.
Yeah,
like I just go to the VA and get shit done. They can't just do that. It's way different.
Yeah.
If they have a CMP exam, they get disability like active duty does. It's the retirement itself after 20. They have to wait till they're 60.
No, yeah, the retirement, but the medical portion, like just getting help. Like I remember this kid had his knee. He was a mechanic on a medevacs, and they went deployed. He hurt himself deployed, came back with a busted up knee. And he was sitting there talking about paying out and this and that and all this other stuff for medical. I'm like, who are you paying? And I really didn't get into it with him, but he didn't have the easiest time trying to get medical treatment, which I thought was pretty crap. I'm like, that sucks, because I know that happens to me. I'm covered.
Well, they're also trying to factor in civilian medical care and all this time, civilian medical insurance and all this stuff.
You're giving them excuses. There shouldn't be any. You deployed, you get hurt.
You're not full time. You're not full time.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
I do, but that's not an excuse. If you're not full time active duty, you're not full time active duty. It's a give and take. Like you get to live your civilian life. You can wrap all your drills up into 1 4-week span, or you can do your 2 weeks a month, and then 2 week in a month and 2 weeks.
Hey, bro, you don't need to. You're not hearing me.
What he's saying?
You're not hearing me. What I'm saying is, when you get deployed, it don't matter if you're active or the retired or reservist or guard. You're at the burn pitch. You get subject to all the shit when you're deployed. So everyone might as well just be active. They don't treat people that way. So when coming home.
Okay, is this one person you've heard this from? Because I've heard completely different stories about that.
I've heard it from a few people.
I've heard it from several people.
I've heard it from a few people.
VAs.
It's depending on where you're at in the VA, and this is the best VA in the country. And this cat and a few cats still got treated like shit because they weren't active duty and they had to go run through extra hoops because they were reservists. And what I'm saying is, and you can attest to this, when we're sitting here at Ellsworth, the only hard thing is making sure we don't stub our toe on a fucking ladder. It's a damn near civilian job. You're not you're not in the AOR. You're not doing anything deadly. You're working on fucking shit that flies around the flagpole. You're not deployed. Yes, we're working with hazardous chemicals, but it's a 9 to 5 job when you're here, minus exercises. But when we're deployed, everyone's the same, but we don't get treated the same after the fact. Like, so the shit you went through doesn't wait. It doesn't care if you're a reservist or guardsman or active duty. It doesn't, but they don't get the same medical treatment.
When I was in
the exact opposite. So
when I was in the reserves for Desert Shield, Desert Storm, when we got activated, we got treated differently, even though we were active duty.
Well, you're on active orders, yeah.
Yeah, and my thing is,
we had green ID cards. We were active duty.
Yeah,
because you're on active orders. That's the whole point.
No, it's on active orders, but my thing is, what you're arguing about, which shouldn't be an argument, they should be getting treated the same.
Again, from my experience, from people I know in the reserves, when they get through, they
we're going
get
to
off
agree to
deployment.
disagree.
Can I freaking make a point before you
no
cut me
point.
off? There is a point. The point is that you listen to somebody before you don't just wait for your turn to talk. I listen to you, Felix. Let me talk. Let me talk. Okay?
Go for it.
From my experience with all the reserve members that I know, maybe they've been lucky. They've gotten in good units that have had good freaking med groups and stuff like that have all pushed their stuff through. Yes, active orders. Definitely, you're getting charged for the same thing. You're doing the same thing. You know what I mean? From my experience and from people I know, they get pretty good disability, and they've had almost zero problems with what they've dealt with their units. So if it's different across other reserve units, it's bullshit and it needs to be standardized, obviously. So what?
This family makes me want to murder people.
This reminds me of a video I saw earlier this week, and this lady goes, "Knowing people makes me aspire to be a serial killer."
Yeah, pretty much most of the
and
time.
I told her, I saw that video, and I'm like, that is fucking hilarious. No, my thing is, it's just like I said, talking to the people that I've talked to in this state when I was in depot, because we actually deployed multiple places. So I would talk to the guys that are there, and I'm like, oh, you're a reservist? Oh, you're a guards guy? And you keep in contact with these guys, and you see their stories. And yeah, some people just kind of went through, and everything was kosher, hunky dory. No one got hurt. But just the fact that anyone had any issues, if you're active duty, it don't freaking matter. You're taken care of. And it seemed like some people, even one person not getting taken care of is not right.
True, absolutely.
You know, and that's my thing. Like,
I get
when you get deployed, especially the guys that are reservists and guardsmen that do combat specific jobs. Bullets don't freaking. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna go around you to the active guy.
Yeah,
like no.
Wait, so here's the thing that I definitely, when I was investigating going into either reserve or AGR and stuff like that, is that, or inactive guard reserve, or whatever the hell that is. Absolutely, yeah.
I wouldn't say that unless they had all their merit badges. They had to have all the sashes. Greg is one of my. He's one of my actually. What would we call it? He's one of my. He was in Sacred Mountain with me. He went through Sacred Mountain with me.
Okay.
He's down there in Florida. Cool. He is a good dude. He's a truck driver. He was in the Army.
Oh yeah.
He's a good cat. I'm looking forward to seeing him at the not the retreat, but at there's a gala every year at Sacred Mountain. We have a gala, so looking forward to seeing you at the gala, Greg.
Yeah. So I will say, like I said, just my investigation and as far as journeying the reserves and all that stuff. If you're out there when you're not at your unit, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're active duty, you have your commander support staff, your med group, and all that stuff, keeping up with all this stuff like day to day. When you're reservists and stuff like this, that, you know why? Because when you're independent reservist and you're not at your unit day to day, you're not sitting there and you're not keeping up with all your shit. So when it comes time to gather up all your evidence and gather up all your records and everything you need to take somewhere, I'm sure there's going to be missing papers. I'm sure there's going to be missing connected, all this kind of stuff. Not blaming it on the service member. It's just a lack of organization when it comes to their units and keeping their records when they should be.
I think I was working for the VA.
I'm not farthest from the truth. I'm just saying there's different perspectives, and you got to think about organizational hierarchies as well. You know what I mean? Active duty, we are pampered when it comes to records and medical care and all that bullshit. Reserves,
the golf tournament, nice.
You know, they'll toss you to the wind. Hope you keep up with all that. You know, with that audiologist record that you won't ever get paid for because you lost it, because we don't have it. We don't know what you're talking about. Reserve, active, it's all on freaking file. You can go in and look it up anytime you want. So,
when we got released from Desert Shield, Desert Storm, we went back on reserve status.
Yeah.
We would go to the VA hospital, and it would take us twice as long as guys that had retired or gotten off of active duty.
Yeah, but that was 1865.
It was on papyrus. You can't bring papyrus to the VA and be like, watch out, I can agree. Start summoning some of his old spells from the VA. It's not even the what is it? The Army, the core book. It's the book of spells. It's like in the Mummy.
Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon.
Hey, be careful! I did have somebody.
I saw that.
Oh shit! Look at he done pull out the feathers.
in the stage.
I got
Waving
no.
around.
What's that?
It's a little broom to help the sage move and get rid of the evil spirits.
Okay.
Just
No,
put some holy water in a humidifier. You'd be good to go.
I saw that. I was like, never thought about that. Keep vampires away like that.
They got a new. They have a new.
Combat cricket. Oh, that's
According to
come
the Red
on.
Sea
Don't
is-
go that deep.
I parted a few Red
I
Seas
go
myself
the other
in my
way,
day.
too.
I'm just saying.
I saw guys that would
What?
get hurt. I saw guys that would get hurt on their 2-week annual training
Mm-hmm.
and then have to jump through so many hoops to get treatment for a service-connected disability at the VA because they were reservists.
VA is definitely not perfect, but you got out 21 years ago, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I got out
Yeah.
before 9/11, yes.
And of course,
And I realized, like I said, my VA here is really good.
Yeah.
But even at my VA, I see them, sectioning people off. Oh, you were this. You're pre 9/11, so you go over here. You're post 9/11, you go over here. Why the
unfortunately,
separation?
because there are different. There's just like the Montgomery GI Bill. You know what I
Now,
mean?
mind
There is
you,
a classification.
I've sent some
splits
old
you up
heads
by.
through. I've sent some old heads
Yeah.
to the VA that never knew because the VA wasn't originally for people that retired.
Yep.
Right.
And they did get treated right. I'm not saying everyone's gets treated badly. I'm just talking about the people and the things that I saw when I was active duty deployed and the things I started noticing after the fact of me getting out, talking to these folks going, holy shit, you were the same place I was at, but I get put on this list for this, or I get this for that. And I asked them questions. I'm like, so where have you been? You were there? Oh, you remember that? Oh, cool. Have you talked to your doc? You're like, yeah, I got to wait, or, I got to, do this, or you're just like, holy buckets.
Right. That's all I'm saying is it's like the same healthcare system, but it's two different treatments. But we're all supposed to be active duty military or whatever, but you get treated differently. That should not happen.
Well, I was in Turkey, but I wasn't deployed. Everybody else in Turkey was deployed.
Yep.
Expeditionary Global War on Terrorism
Right.
medal and all this kind of stuff. I was in Turkey. I wasn't deployed. I stayed
Yeah.
more time on that flight line than all of those people combined. I didn't get
But
anything from it.
you were active duty though.
Yeah.
Well, no, but Turkey is a very weird.
Oh,
So is the entire VA medical system. So this is
Exactly.
my entire point. This is my
Yeah,
entire point.
Yeah, and the VA isn't perfect. It's not broke, but it's not perfect either. I mean, it needs some help.
And the thing is,
it was broke
I
about
wasn't,
10 years ago. It was broke about 10 years ago.
and
No,
my
broke
point
all
is, wasn't
Sure.
looking for a counterpoint. The point was on the positive to bring to light the awareness that people are out there not getting treatment. I will never personally say, well, they're not that bad. Fuck them. They fuck one person, they're bad because that's the system. And we can build billion-dollar bombers that are invisible to fight who,
Yeah.
but we can't take care of A, B, C, and D in this square because we don't have the funds or the money or our doctors change. Like it's just crap.
Yeah. It needs to change. It really does.
Write your congressman. That's all I can say. Because that's the only way it's going to change.
Well, and if you're a veteran,
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding whatsoever. Like,
If-
Right,
if-
your congressman.
write
if
your
you're-
congressman, write your senator. Fuck,
if
like,
you're a veteran, go to the VA, file a claim, hold their
Absolutely.
feet to the fire. That is their job to take care of us. We
Yeah.
did our part. Now it's time to have them do their part.
I'm
And
down
if
for
you-
the second part. I think that'll help a lot better if we just start holding feet to fires.
well, probably, but
part of the way you do that is literally write your congressman, write your senator.
But if a lot of people are out like, oh, I heard bad things about the VA, I'm not even going to try to go. Well, then you're enabling the VA to keep being broken.
Absolutely. And, if you hear bad things about the VA, from third-hand sources and just complain about it and not write your congressman, then you're perpetuating the cycle as well.
Joint Commission is a good one to report to as
Very
well
true.
for malpractice.
Absolutely.
That's like
Get
calling
yourself-
Big Daddy O.
Yeah.
I think everybody in here can say, get yourself taken care of, push every issue as far as you can with whatever happened with you. No matter
Yep.
your service component, keep pushing because you deserve it. That's the biggest message. Keep pushing whatever. I'm still don't get paid for my right ear. I got 30% hearing loss in there. And they're like, oh, we'll rate it a 0, but it's good. I'm like, I literally just came from the audiologist yesterday.
Yeah.
They say I have significant hearing loss in my right ear, but it's not service connected.
Mm.
I worked on the flight line, industrial machinery, everywhere, and you're telling me it's not service connected. Okay, thanks a lot. So, like I'm saying, keep pushing the issue, no matter what service component, no matter what service period, no matter what the issue is. And active duty troops, for everything, a sprained toe, a hangnail, go to the freaking med group.
And keep copies, if not records. Have your own personal 201 file and medical file, just so.
Absolutely.
Got that, definitely.
Thank Felix. Sounds like a little BBQ time, brah.
A little past the top of the hour, but here we go. And you guys, as you know, I kind of talked about it a little bit already in the beginning of the show. BBQ, we are expanding. We are getting close to food truck time. I called them. They're getting all the components together. It's literally still not built. They're just pulling everything together. Anyone know I do need to ask the question. If anyone out there knows about how I can get a 15,000 watt generator, portable generator that runs quiet, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Probably not, but I'm still looking. Anyway, we're fully stocked on everything, hitting up the website, minus our Carolina Reaper. But I do have a source I'm working on to make sure that's starting to get made here more readily. So it will be a continually stocked item, and it'll hopefully go back to wholesale. We are in 2 new stores. We're out in Spearfish. We're out in Belle-Fourche. We're not yet in Sturgis, but I hit up about 3 or 4 stores. Still haven't heard anything back. Sturgis is a hard nut to crack. The newest thing that's out, and I don't have a bag here with me because, I suck, is our coffee sauce seasoning. And the coffee seasoning's on our website, fully stocked. It is amazing. I've had that on literally ice cream. I had it on pork. I've had it on ribs. And I've had it on beef. It is just phenomenal flavor. People have loved it during the rally. It went over like gangbusters.
Didn't Mike say he used that for his pinwheel that he made?
Yeah, he used it for his pinwheel. It came out with an amazing deep, rich color. And then today I got an email from Mark, our co-packer, and he gave me the nutrition facts for the coffee sauce. So all that's telling me is once I get dimensions for a label, get a label generated, get the label sent in back for my proof, and then we'll get the labels ordered, and that should probably take 2.5 weeks. We will be producing coffee sauce, dipping sauce. Pumpkin spice is at the lab, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't think it'll make it out this year, unfortunately. So next year. It's a seasonal thing. And I want to be able to do a proper launch of it, so I'm not going to force it. I'm going to have it, get it done right, get it come out right. And everyone that bought Hawaiian shirts, what's 15K? Usually
15,000 watt generator, 15K.
Yeah, 15,000 watt generator that's for the food truck, because they wanted to charge me like $5,000 for a generator, and I probably think I can find one a little cheaper than that. So it helped with the initial loan costs. So
you should be able to find a.
Well, the thing is, I know you can run a house on an 8, but the way they built out the food trailer, that's what they called for. It was a 15,000 watt, because my thing is, especially when electronics, and that's the way I used to build stereos. If you have a 1,000 watt amp or 1,000 watt speaker, I'm going to put a 1,200 watt amp on it, because I don't want it to have to be maxing out its draw, because you will make that amp fail. It'll get hot. It'll run hard. So if you have a 10,000 watt pull deal, I will always buy a 15 to 20,000 watt thing to run it, because then it just runs nice and easy and it lasts a lot longer.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's like some of that electrical and electronic stuff, you want to over-engineer it, so you build in.
And that's
Yeah.
And when I built stereos, I had the same philosophy, and my equipment, my builds lasted longer, especially during competitions, because the amps, the relays, the power capacitors, extra batteries, bigger alternators, double alternators, always compensated so people's stuff lasted longer. And I used to tell people, cry once, buy once. I said, you can sit here and use one, 175 amp alternator or whatever it was at the time, I can't remember, or you can get two and not, kill your one and have to buy another $300-$400 alternator every time this one goes out. But so that's what I'm looking for that. But no, we have a lot of cool things happening. Like I said, just plugging along, trying to get our internet sales up. Nothing ever balances out. It's kind of weird. Online sales will go up, wholesale will go down, wholesale will go up, online will go down. I haven't really been doing too much like business posts on TikTok or social media, but we're getting there. I'm talking to the lady about the Hawaiian shirts, trying to get a new design and working that angle. So we have a lot of things coming out. So guys, if you do follow us on social media. If you follow us on TikTok, you'll literally be the first ones to know everything, because I tell everything to TikTok before I tell it to Facebook or Instagram. So follow me on there, and you guys will get updates about everything going on. Other than that,
go order sauce, seasonings, and other stuff. You can get cool stuff like this.
Yes.
Yeah, we have patches. We still have hats. You can order yourself like the cool work shirts. Me and Dave are almost twinsies, even though he has this hunter green and I have my forest green one on. I still got
one of these, bro.
Dude, I actually went. Where was I at? I was at either someone's house.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Or somewhere. I think I was at someone's house.
I got that.
And I literally almost stole one. Because I was at their house and I saw it sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I never kept any for myself. And I was like, I saw it and I don't know where it was at. I think I was at someone's shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was at someone's shop or something. I was somewhere and I saw one and I'm like, oh my God, but I didn't. But it was just funny because I'm like,
funny.
I never got one I never kept any for myself.
That's funny, bro.
But no, things are rolling good, guys. Tuco tore apart my coaster.
Oh, bummer.
Well, we'll have more things coming out, but it's one of those things. Got to be smart with the money. Got to be smart with the future, and everything else is one of those things. Yeah, I got to order more stickers coming up here soon. I like those reflective ones, but they only really work good on glass. I found out. Like I try to put them on my cups, and I try to put one on my helmet for my motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I had to cut the BBQ off to get it to stick properly. They don't like sticking on contour surfaces, but they stick amazing to glass. Anything super smooth, primo.
Nice.
So other than that,
don't forget questions? You got 41 jars.
Well, we do have 41 jars of Sacred Mountain sauce left. I'm actually there's a golf tournament coming up for Sacred Mountain. So I already figured it out with what I'm going to be donating to Sacred Mountain to let everyone know. So BeardBQ is going to be cutting a check to Sacred Mountain on the golf tournament, and hope Jared's not in here, so no one snitch. No one snitch. Snitches get stitches, or maybe Reaper in their mild sauce.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Oh, that would be an ugly April Fool's joke. Somebody orders regular sauce and they get Carolina Reaper. Ooh.
They get a little bit of Reaper 48 in the mail.
Ooh.
But no, so we're slated to cut Sacred Mountain a check for about $2,000.
Nice.
And that is for actually a little bit over what I sold, because I went through a metrics and I think we're about at $1,600 or $1,700 total sold. For some reason in my head, I was thinking it should have been way more, but I went through numbers and kind of started calculating it. And me and the wife sat there and just was like, just bump it up to $2,000.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be donating that to them.
That's awesome, dude. I know I was talking to you earlier and you're trying to tally up numbers, but that's like you said, that's a little bit bigger number than you thought.
Yeah, it was a little lower than I thought it was going to be with the
yeah.
sales, but we're going to go just a smidge higher, which isn't too bad, with the sales we have and all the support we got from you guys. And I'm saying it's one of those things. The more you guys keep me busy, the better things go. Then I don't get in my head and make dumb shit like biker shorts and Reaper 48 and whatnot. But it is one of those things. Like I get excited when I get orders because I know I'm sending some stuff out to people that want it and like it. And I know that can't happen right now every day, but I also can't really complain about how this summer has gone because generally, if I look at my metrics, summer is a very slow time because everyone is out and about. So I will guarantee you that this has been the best summer for BBQ ever because for one, I'm full-time. I've been pushing it. And even when it's slow, it's better than what it used to be. And that's what I have to remember. And just like in life, folks, you need to realize and pick your head up and look at where you've been and where you've gone and where you came from and where you're at today, because that's one of the things that I sorely lack in doing is being able to stop, pause, and see where I'm at. It's one of the reasons I love riding this bike because you go through so many different mental states while you're riding on a road where you're paying attention to the road where you're always doing, but then you're getting in your head thinking about what you're doing. And, like I pass every day when I ride out the house, I pass the spot that TJ taught me to start again. And I look at like that little fish pond that I was in. And now, it's like I thought about rolling back through there just to be like, oh, I remember, I was walking it forward and riding it forward and walking it back. And, so just take the time, you'll be amazed to see how far you've come when you just take a minute to just look, especially, like I like to talk to this young lady right over here, about stuff. And you'll be amazed to see how far you've come. You're not the same person you were when we all were broken. We've all gotten better. We've all made other people better. So that's my spiel. Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Round
I
of
know,
applause.
I know somebody. I know. What is that?
A round of applause.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I know we got to talk about sewing. So what? But
yes.
I tried to text that, but it doesn't translate in text because you said it on one of your lives when you were talking about sewing, and I said, so what? And someone got mad at me.
Yeah.
They did? I must have missed that.
Well, for one, I don't know how to spell so I said S-O what instead of like S-O what, S-O-W or whatever.
S-E-W.
S-E-W?
S-W, yeah, exactly. See, I don't word. So I'm like, so what? Because I was texting and doing something else, and then I was like, you don't have to be rude. I was like, it's a joke. Say it. So what?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what you're sewing. Like, so what? Woo! People are a little touchy.
Well, if you spell it right, it'll help.
Whatever, man. You have one thing: great barbecue sauce or good words.
I've learned to, whenever you text, sometimes I have to decipher what you say. And if I read it, it doesn't make sense. But if I say it out loud, I'm like, oh.
Say it in Felix. You got to say it in the Felix voice.
Yeah.
Well,
Then it makes sense.
Felix hasn't figured out how to read my fat finger typing on his TikTok.
Oh, dude, you got some shit. Sometimes I'm like,
yours can get kind of crazy, Uncle Si, where even I'm like, what is that?
One day, I'm sitting there reading like, I don't even know. I can't even make out. And then you'll say it. I'm like, oh, it's clear now. But
Is this the old English? Is this the old language? This ancient Sumerian.
Google, can you translate Greek?
I'm typing in Sanskrit or something.
Yeah, you said it right there. What is Jesus's original language?
Ancient Sumerian, actually.
Ancient Sumerian.
Yeah. Just want to share this screen real quick. I just ran across this.
Ooh, that dude does not look happy.
Damn, 90 retired generals and admirals.
Oh, yeah.
Letter.
Something needs to happen.
All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. I want to
All
hear
I
about.
know is, dude. Okay, that white dude looked very angry. Dude, if I
that's
walked in
just his
that room with
face.
that black dude, I would be like, I did it.
That's
My
the,
bad.
that's the principal's office, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. That's their face when they're in the principal's office because they were
Yeah.
testifying to the Senate right there.
Yeah, that's the whole. You done fucked up. Like what?
Yeah.
That's when you get called to the principal's office and your parents are already there, and you walk in and you're like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, like I say, my dad was when he finally made E7 in the Navy, and he gets to where back in the day, only E7s, 8s, and 9s were 10s. Not everyone gets to do it, but anyway, I remember when my sisters were in school with me, and I think we lived in Roosevelt Road in Puerto Rico, and I saw him in school. I was going to the bathroom. I needed to pee, and I'm walking down the hall, and I saw my dad in uniform. And I immediately did not have to pee and went right back to class. And I'm thinking, why is he here?
Why is he here?
Like,
What did I do?
Why is he here? What did I do?
Okay, crochet time. Is that what
Crochet
it's
time?
I want to see
Yes.
all this. I'm sorry, Jenny.
Happy
Yeah.
hooker
Jenny
story.
on the block.
We ramble.
So this
Happy
is what
hooker
it
story.
was last week. This is a corner to corner where you start at one corner and you get bigger, and then you crochet to the fourth corner, and it's a little bit bigger now.
Oh, nice.
Fourth. Where's the fourth corner? I see.
You
triangles have
crochet.
3
So
corners.
you start at corner 1. You crochet 2 and 3 at the same time, and then when it's as big as wide as you want it, then you start decreasing to make that fourth corner.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought I missed something in geometry class.
So
I was
yeah,
about to
that's
say,
why
Mr.
it's like it's a corner to corner.
Mr. Sheet Metal Geometry.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I was
yeah. But I also decided to try sewing because up to this point, the only thing that I had sewed was face masks, and those came out really well. I was impressed, and that was my first attempt. It's supposed to be
that's
a
a
circle.
very weird face mask.
It's supposed to be a circle.
Oh,
And clearly it is not. I tried and I failed miserably. But my
Fellows
kid loves it.
failed. No,
Fellows
tried
are
and
tough.
died.
Yeah.
Yes. So I
Those look
managed
really
to
cute.
make 3.
Those are cool.
Yes. And then I also wrapped
We're the
up a
best night
fox.
sleeping.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, that's really cool.
Ooh,
That
Foxy-
is
really
cool.
freaking cool.
Foxy lady.
What's the fox say? Remember that?
We gotta leave that up for a little while longer and let everybody bask in the glory because that's just cool as shit. Just saying.
Yes, my kid absolutely adores that thing.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah. Why not? It's adorable. It's cool.
That was really stinking cool.
And that's all I did this week.
Did more than I did. I just quit a job. That's all I did.
I'm unemployed. I have no room to talk.
You're self-motivated.
Yes.
Oh God.
Oh, remember that? Oh my God.
Yes. That's on my running playlist, and I'm sitting there running while doing this down the street. People are staring, and I'm just
Someone
jamming.
jumps on you and throws their wallet in your mouth, thinking you're having a seizure.
Oh.
Hell, I
Yeah.
had I don't know what song it was today. When I was riding, I had a really good stretch of road, and it hit me. And then I saw myself on the bike, and I was just like, I'm like, what? Nope. Just straight line. Yep.
Yep. Not just yet. Not just yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
I'm
here-
wanting to get into quilting someday. It is
Yes.
my goal, and I want to be able to make a dress for my daughter. I have the pattern. I just need the skill.
You want to quilt your daughter a dress?
I want to sew my daughter a dress.
Okay,
And quilts,
cool.
Quilts are a completely different thing.
I'm about to say, like, if you want, I'm like, you just might as well put her in therapy today. She goes to school. This is my dress my mommy quilted me. You're like, it'll be like on Star Trek with the Vulcan kids, like Spock,
gonna be
come
a
here.
fox.
It is time for your ribbing. Here's a
Yeah.
list of burns you can say to me.
Quilting, I want to make a dress and I want to make a quilt. I'll get there eventually. I have some friends that when I move to Virginia, there'll be a reasonable drive. So I'm going to go visit her at her house and we're going to increase my sewing skills.
So isn't
Nice.
like every time you quilt, you're making a quilt technically?
I don't know. I haven't made one yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you quilt, don't you?
no.
You don't
Uh-uh.
quilt?
So
Oh,
the
you
whole
crochet.
Conversation was about Felix that she doesn't.
You
I
crochet.
crochet and I'm learning to sew. No, crochet means I hook it up.
Yeah, she's a
Literally.
hooker.
She's a hooker.
Yeah,
And
just like my
and
dad.
Well, we know she has a business. So.
she got new tools to help with the hooking of different sizes, even.
Yes, I got a variety of sizes. Just pick one.
Oh,
And there's
someone
literally
says you
yarn.
No, I don't, Audie. It don't get that cold here.
God, you imagine trying? You got some. Make sure it's
Those
like
would be so itchy. Like
No,
I don't know about
that's
you,
okay.
but wool makes
But-
me itchy.
you
Fuck
make them out
that.
of. Actually, there's a process you can make wool very. But you can also talk to TJ from Freedom Fleece Alpacas, and he can get you some Freedom Fleece from his alpacas.
Ooh, that would be so cool to get some alpaca yarn and make something, Jen.
I want a sweater out of it because I know it'll be soft.
He
And
makes,
warm.
yeah.
I've got so much yarn in this house, it's ridiculous. Like I can feel the judgment from the movers, and they ain't even here yet.
They're like, we're about to lose some boxes, just so you know.
Yeah.
And Sarah, I think I've probably collected over, at least I've got 2 5-quart totes full of nothing but t-shirts that I've collected from like high school till now. So I've got like old concert t-shirts, I've got
Yep.
old unit t-shirts, I've got old just all kinds of random t-shirts.
Well, yeah, we're dudes. We don't. It's like getting rid of a t-shirt's like getting rid of a limb.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I have literally pulled t-shirts out that I do not wear.
Oh, I've got 2 totes down in the basement full
And
of
I
t-shirts
like
I
pull
don't
them out,
wear.
and
Yeah.
I'm totally vested in like we're donating these. And if they don't leave like right that second, they might as well just go back in the freaking dresser drawer because it's like.
Nope.
Then I start
I'll
looking
pull
at them. I start looking at them, going, "Oh, I remember when I got this when I was doing this. I
Yeah.
remember when I got this. I'm like, nah,
Yep.
like,
They're
yeah,
not going anywhere.
yeah, they ain't going
You can
anywhere.
make a blanket with them,
yeah.
That's
and
what
then
I
you
want-
can
that's what I'm
preserve
thinking.
the blanket.
Yeah, I want to do that. Like cut out the little patches of the t-shirts and then like make a quilt out of them.
Yes. Yes. No, my mom used to have a friend that did that. He did it for my dad, or she did it for my dad. All these motorcycle race shirts, dirt bike race shirts that we used to officiate, enduros and hair scrambles and stuff. He's collected them the entire time he's been there. And my mom took them up to her, and she made a humongous like 8x8 quilt out of them. It's
Nice.
amazing.
My wife has like a shit ton of crown bags to get that done too.
Yeah, unfortunately, she has since passed away, sadly.
Oh,
But,
that sucks.
yeah, it does. This is one of my mom's best friends from childhood, too. But nice little memento to remember her by. But
Yeah.
it's always, stuck in
And-
my head. Same
and-
thing with all my band shirts that I've had over the years and race shirts. And I've got them packed up, vacuum packed up on top of my closet, ready to rock and roll. So,
And Sarah, yeah, band patches, stuff like that. No, I would just have it be a random patchwork quilt, like random, like my mind, Then I'd be like, oh, I remember I got that one at Lollapalooza in '94. Oh, I remember I got that at Ted Nugent in '89.
Where's
Wookiee
the
panties.
dinosaur shirts from
Wookiee
Pac?
panties.
Where's the loincloth? It's on actually like skins.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say we didn't have
Pelts.
t-shirts way back in the day, so
Pelt.
We had pelts,
You got your concert pelt? Yeah.
Yeah.
raccoons, skunks, and minks.
See, and I ain't even thought about like what size. I was just like, okay, it kind of depends on how big it works out to once everything gets laid out.
Oh man, I'm pooped.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's
I've
been
been
kind of
drinking
like
coffee.
yeah. I'm sipping on a little bit of Jim Rye right
I'm
now.
I'm doing the poor guy in the barracks night before payday thing. I got 3 cigarettes and no beer, and hoping for midnight coming quick. You guys all remember those kind of guys that
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, "Hey, can I bum a beer from you till midnight?" You know.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, I was too. I remember standing in line in Korea at the ATM waiting for midnight.
Never did that.
You probably obviously, you managed your money a lot better than I did.
No, I didn't actually. No, not even close. So before I joined the Air Force, I was making over 90 plus a year in the oil fields. And my big expenditures before the military was like I had a membership to the House of Blues. I really didn't do anything in between but work, eat out, cook at home. And when I wanted to do stuff like travel, I would have like if I can go back and look at like my bank statement, it was like every 6 months to a year, I would do something big, minus like my membership to the House of Blues, which was like $3,000 a month.
What?
It was a private membership thing where the guy who owned the House of Blues in New Orleans, you can literally pull up to the front. He only offered it to 10 people, and you can get into any concert. You didn't have a dress code. You have 5 people you can have in with you. And it was just like, it was like you walked in and it was like your house. You didn't pay for shit. You technically were already paying for shit.
Yeah.
But you can go in, and as long as you couldn't wear like jerseys or nothing, but you didn't have to be like their slacks and a button down.
Right.
So I can walk in there with a polo and jeans and tennis shoes, and I got into Erykah Badu, I got into Goody Mob, Outkast, I got into Eric Bonet, I got to see Lenny Kravitz. You know, anyone that was playing at the House of Blues, it was literally just park your car up front, walk on in, and it was his private little deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing that you can like, oh, I'm gonna get it online. No, this was like,
yeah.
But even when I joined the military, I was an airman. I had a dorm, had 3 hots and a cot, worked, didn't have to really buy clothes. So when I got paid, it was like, I want to go home on leave. So I would just use my paycheck, buy a plane ticket. I'm home. I don't have to pay for food. I got a car. It's just like, so my expenditures at the time, like I waited till I got older, like now, to go like dumb and, and just be like, I need to like, can I buy this? All right, cool. All right. Boop. Motorcycle. Boop. Jacket. Boop. Yeah, matter of fact, I found a new jacket I want to get.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we talked about it last night.
No, this is it right here.
I wasn't. I was I was done with my money. Well, not really. I bought a motorcycle and a Jeep and a car. I mean, it's dumb as you want to be, but
yeah, I got a lot of tattoos and drank a lot.
And it's crazy. I didn't get any tats. No, I did. I got one little tat when I was 16 or 18, and one little bitty one on my arm. I got the Chinese symbol for my birth month, which, funny enough or not, if you want a joke, which is pretty hilarious when you think about it, I went to 2 different Chinese restaurants and got the menus to make sure it was the actual Chinese symbol for the tiger. and then I verified it with the Chinese stuff on the wall. And yeah, so that's how I knew it was the Chinese symbol for the tiger.
Tiger style.
Nice.
Tiger style. Straight back to Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, here's your one right here.
Back to what? Not Wu-Tang. Back to Enter the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah, well that's on there. That's
Last
on
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, here's another one I just found.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I missed it.
I saw that on a cooking show one night where they were making
it's still-
cauliflower mash, and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, it tastes just like mashed potatoes." I'm like, "No,
No.
mashed potatoes taste like mashed potatoes.
Absolutely
that tastes
not.
like mashed cauliflower."
Yeah. Hold up, I just found my jacket that I want to.
Nice, John. 47 Woolies, awesome. And yeah, here in Iowa, they stopped selling beer at 2:00, and the bars close at 2:00. So I'm hoping, and usually my bank's dumb. It's like I got to wait till like 9:05 for some guy to sit there and okay it to go into my account. It'll say it's in there, but I can't get any of it until somebody goes to the bank and like clicks okay. I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah, that's pretty daft. I'm gonna
John,
have to share
that's
screen.
nuts, man. My
That's
grandfather had a 47 or 48 Willys sitting in his backyard for a while. It used to be their old hunting truck. Ended up giving it to one of my uncles who divorced my aunt, which I wish I could get that truck back because I love that body style. Wow.
I worked on an old Willys, but me and the guy who owned it, we made it into a rock crawler. Kept it looking as original as possible, but it really didn't work out. Oh, I almost forgot. This is our random TikTok of the day. And that is one of our family members. Oh shit, I am blanking on the name. You know who you are.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either. I've seen you and him.
Well, we chat back and forth on Facebook Messenger quite a bit. He's a truck driver. He's a amazing cat. But he sent me that, and I told him, I said, because that's what he has his name as now. It's Macho Longo, and I'm like, dude, like. He sends me like crazy shit where he put my logo on one of his cowboy hats, and he'll send me pictures of while he's like parked of random crazy looking clouds. And I'm like, what's that look like? You know, looks like balls. I'm just like, oh my god. But no, it's kind of fun, you know, being able to converse with folks. And he sent me that, and I'm like, hey, bro, you know you're going on my TikTok, right? He's like, sweet. I'm like, okay, just so you know. Like, I cannot not let that go. Just that's random. I'm like, why did you send me that random Mexican? Like, yeah, it's all fun.
Just fun and games, bro.
Like ghetto version of the most.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What was it?
The most ghetto version of the most interesting.
Yeah, what was the most interesting man? That what alcohol was that?
That's Dos Equis.
Dos
Dos Equis. Yeah,
And that dude is not even Mexican. That dude is Italian.
I know. That's what's funny.
I did not know that.
Yeah, talk about cultural appropriation. We just can't stop. We just can't stop. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I thought about getting a white dude to be the face of barbecue, see if it'll make the company go further.
I'm a white dude.
Yeah, I don't want him to go there though.
Not that white. I'm just kidding.
Be like Clayton Bixby up in here.
Me and Sam were talking about him the other day.
Well, have you seen the pictures of people talking about Clayton Bixby for president?
Oh my god.
Oh, and then Tyrone Woodley lost to Jake Paul for more
all that.
pointless news. I think it was a total setup, but whatever.
I don't like Jake Paul. I think he's an.
I don't like
arrogant
any of the Paul brothers.
bastard. I don't either. I think they're trash.
They're
an embarrassment.
They are literally the epitome of what's wrong with America.
Famous for being famous.
Yeah, they
Oh, the
are.
Kardashians.
They're famous for acting like white trash.
The
Well,
Kardashians.
and it's like, so the Kardashians, true. Kanye, back when he actually had talent, like
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx actually told a story. I saw a video of this, and he said this is before Kanye was Kanye, and he said this dude came to my house. We went in the studio, and it's that song that Jamie Foxx is on. I heard she wants some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross. You know that song, real popular. And Kanye is telling Jamie to sing it, and Jamie's trying to be all fancy, and he goes, "Don't do that." And he's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you ain't nobody. Don't tell me what to do. He goes, just sing it like I told you to sing it, you know? And when he actually had talent, and now he's to the point where he's releasing something called the gospel album. And I watched this snippet of his concert where he walks out in this faceless mask and this giant robe. I saw a kid in South Dakota wearing Yeezys. It looked like he had fungus growing on his feet.
Yep, pretty much.
And all Kanye did at his concert was walk up to this little sound thing and hit a button and make a note. And people went crazy. And I'm like,
well, like Jade said, he's trying to change his name to Key, K-E. Yeah. That's it. That's all he wants his name to be, 2 letters.
Like, dude, you know who can get away with that? Prince. Why? Because he has talent.
Yep.
Kanye, I'm watching Kanye make the decisions he's making where it's like, bro, what mental health disease do you have and why aren't you getting
He does
help?
have one. He has
bipolar?
Kardashian syndrome.
No,
he was
no,
fine
I
before
think
he
he's
hooked up with them.
He's
bipolar.
Yeah, he's bipolar. Like, big
But it's
time
like
bipolar.
there's nobody in your life that's gonna make you go get help. Why are they just enabling you? Like I'm literally watching someone's mental health.
They said
down
it.
the
They literally
He's
said
giving
it.
them money.
He gets better. He gets on medication and he loses the creative thing. But there's a bad part of that. If you let that thing that spins up creativity, if you let it go too far, it gets out there where no one knows what the fuck is going on.
Right?
You know,
He's out there.
yeah. Like when he was still here spinning up, people go, "Oh man, that's you're changing the game." And then it's like, yo, then you come up with people that make shoes that look like fungus, and you're like,
You're right.
And people pay $900 for them.
Yeah, but people pay $900 for them. They do. Can't hate the game. But
Hey.
I saw this. I'm in Spearfish at a restaurant, and this little kid's walking around, and I'm like, what is on? And I had to look it up. I'm like, oh my God, you paid that much for that? Okay, we're there now. Like this world is. I got you. Yeah, I'm happy with my Chucks. I will rock my hiking boots. Like, no.
Yep, I'm all good.
I had a dude offer me, like people like give you stuff. I'm gonna buy you a pair of Yeezys. I'm like, how about you don't?
No thanks.
They're so I think they're ugly. Or it's
Dude,
like
they're horrendous. I'm like, just don't, because I won't wear them. Like, I won't even show them. I won't even let them in my house. I will sit outside to see if they grow something.
You're out there watering your shoes. Maybe they
I'll be
grow
watering
another
my Yeezys.
pair.
Like, look at this $900 flower plot.
You should just do that with a time lapse, and you'd probably go viral.
Oh, you know it
You
would.
see what fungus grows out of the fungus.
Yeah.
And, just power a GoPro out there 24 hours a day and see what grows. Like live stream it for everybody. You'd make all your money off that.
The deer
you'd
eating the
You'd make
Yeezys.
a ton. No, it'd be the chipmunk and the squirrel.
Or go trank a deer and put Yeezys on his antlers.
Wake up, I'm like, hurrah! Freaking
I'm the
mule
most
deer.
stylish buck in the.
Yeah, mule
you
deer
imagine
run
a hunter?
through the. Oh my god!
A hunter seeing that. Oh.
Yep.
The rattlesnake. Oh, the rattlesnake's gone.
You get a rattlesnake?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that was last week, wasn't it?
That was a couple weeks ago, and I finally admitted to Amber that there was a rattlesnake. Jessica Earhart. What's
Dude.
up,
Hi,
fam?
Jess.
You called me when I was still on my bike. Sorry. I live for riding.
Now you do.
I ride.
Ride to
Stop.
live to ride.
Ride. We're gonna start a gang.
Beard BQ MC.
Call
A
it
gang-
5%ers.
A gang of one.
We're gonna be called the 20%ers. What's that for? 20% body fat.
I was
Required.
going to say 12%, but
20% body fat. Required.
Nah, we should be the 80% because wasn't that the minimum you had to get? 80% on a PT test?
It'll be 100%ers because you have to have 100%.
75.1.
You have to have
Yeah.
between 100 to 50% disability to join because we're gonna take a lot of breaks.
Well, speaking of Jess, we've had her banner playing in the back on the bottom down there. Master of None Artistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please
yeah.
go visit her site. She does amazing things.
She was out at Sturgis. I don't think it went so well for her, but she at least was out there. Like you said, like I always say, you can't complain about the game if you don't suit up to play.
Hey, at least her
Sometimes-
name is out there. She
Yeah,
might not have had a good
sometimes-
week selling, but
yeah.
it might come out in the back end if somebody orders. At least her name got out there.
Yep. And I've had shows where literally I didn't even pay for the gas to get there, but I was there. Night, Sarah.
Night, sir.
Night.
Night. And for all those across the pond, I am still just a little business. I am still working on the whole international thing, but that's going to take a lot of free time that I don't have right now.
I get it.
Yeah. You're welcome. And she makes the cutest kids. So if you guys want to put an order in for a boy or girl, I'm just.
Oh wow.
Well, she's got two of the cutest pets. She's got little jumping spiders that are like this
That
freaking
shit ain't
big.
cute, son. Stop it.
Spiders are not cute.
That is not.
They're not cute.
The
No,
ones
no.
that she has are they're like the littlest. They're like
Yeah. Fucking. I don't want to say it, but you're gonna make me say it.
Stop yawning.
Sorry.
make me see it,
It's been a
Dave.
long day.
Yeah.
What do you got for pets? Spiders. WP. Just say it. Someone say it. WP. Bet you put raisins in your casserole too, don't you?
I know. I'm not that Midwest white.
So I know my mom will hate me for saying this. You guys ever heard of Watergate salad?
Yes, my mom
No.
used to make that. I have eaten that. I do not like that.
Watergate salad.
So it's like mini marshmallows. It's like Jello, but it's like food coloring with like teal in it or something like that.
Yeah, they call that shit
Then
You gotta
it's,
ambrosia.
You got to mix in
Yeah,
some like
and then
whipped
it's like
cream. You got to
Yeah.
have apples.
Yeah,
grape,
they call up here. They call that
pineapple.
ambrosia.
and like pecans.
Yeah, they call
Yeah.
that shit ambrosia
Yeah.
up here, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that shit is not ambrosia
No.
in anyone's mind.
No, yeah.
Dude, and it's like two of my least favorite things: marshmallows and pecans. And I'm like,
Like, I love pecans independently and marshmallows independently. Now,
hate 'em
if you
both.
put I can make my bacon s'mores with pecans, marshmallows, and chocolate chips.
you know, one dude
Oh,
will-
see, I don't
this
like
guy will
s'mores either.
Never be eating that.
Have you never had my bacon s'more?
It's
I've
no
got-
damn pecans on it.
No, it's no graham cracker. It's a weave of bacon, marshmallows, and chocolate.
I got texture issues, man. If
Marshmallows
it's
are-
gooey or it's sticky, like whipped cream and Jello, just the thought of it makes my stomach churn. I don't like s'mores very much unless the marshmallow is super burnt because I don't like that.
No, Frank
Sticky
Urban,
texture.
I definitely
Yes.
concur. The
I'm with
only
you.
good
I
coconut is
don't like
in
coconut.
a pina colada. I eat coconut straight. When I grew up, we used to go climb the trees and get it in Puerto Rico. But coconut, you put slivers of coconut and shit, and you are that goes onto the Hitler playlist of
You're
Cooking.
evil person. You're
you're an evil person, you know, and we will bring you to the Munich trials and put you on trial for war crimes.
Yep.
Like there's a list. I should make that the list of war crimeable offenses in the culinary world.
Pecans,
Raisins,
marshmallows,
raisins in anything.
freaking,
Shredded coconut in anything.
coconut. Yeah.
Anything calling itself bacon, not from a cow.
Anything calling it
Wait,
juice
hold on.
not from
Hold
a
up.
cow.
Hold up.
If it's not milk, it's nut juice.
Hold up.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Anything calling itself bacon that's not from a cow?
Not from a pig. Sorry. I know you got me there. Yeah, anything
like,
calling itself bacon,
whoa.
not from a pig.
Yeah.
Allergic to chocolate, not
You
to-
like brisket drunk, bro, or something like.
allergic to chocolate bacon.
Yeah. Jade's allergic to chocolate, but she'll pig out on the bacon. You don't like sweets either, so
there's
no
so many
marshmallows.
things to say there, but I won't.
Right?
See, I love chocolate, Jade. I'm so sorry. I'll eat all the chocolate for you. You can have the marshmallow and the bacon.
I hugged her. She didn't break out.
All right. 9:57. I think I'm gonna do the slide, and I'm gonna do my outro. If you guys want to stay on, you can, because I am pooped, bro.
Hey, no sweat, bro. You guys had a busy week down there.
Night, Jimmy. You have a good one, brother.
Keep rolling on. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy. Oh, Frank, you got to use some of the beards for a Bloody Mary. That is incredible.
Dude, put that beard in Bloody Mary. You will not be disappointed.
I'll have to try that.
We'll see. I got to get a little bit more colder climate down here for some Bloody Marys, but I don't know. That's kind of weird. All right. You are watching us on twitch.tv/VetsAnon, YouTube/Veterans Anonymous, and Facebook/Veterans Anonymous 22. You're watching us on Scram Jett right now, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays. More of a redirection show, like to focus on entrepreneurship, hobbies, and anything that gives you a sense of mission after your time of service. Please join us next Tuesday. On 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays, we have the hostess with the mostest, Miss Combat Cricket, a.k.a., well, I should say Miss Jade Lopez, a.k.a. Combat Cricket, on the Crossroads. I know, mixing up her real name and her stage name. So, usually play a lot of... What, did I say something wrong?
Her stage name now on stage 2, Combat Cricket.
It's W coming at you on the pole tonight. Anyway, Crossroads is an introductory show for a lot of people to the network. It's a big melting pot. I like to play a lot of games, trivia, and of the sorts, do some current event stuff. So please jump on that show, give your input, comments. They feed off comments very well. Who knows? You might even get invited to play some trivia with them. So join them tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And rounding out our week, most of the time, we'll see what the American is going to do this week. Is our Full Metal Crayon Eaters, our resident Marines, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays. Speaking of which, one of them right now, Baby Jesus, aka Kyle Killinger, is running 3,000 miles across America to raise awareness for veteran suicide. Please go visit his page at Because He's My Brother. And if you deem yourself worthy, I guess, to donate to the cause, I said that completely weird, but whatever. Yeah. If you
Really
seem so fit to donate to his cause, because it's mostly either self-funded or crowd-funded for this entire trip, please visit his Venmo at Because He's My Brother. Dude is doing some major stuff. What was the last update, David? Oxide, what is he?
He's in
Oklahoma. Texas,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah, he's got through Texas into Oklahoma. So, and that is our slide. I'm going to do my outro. Like I said, you guys can stay on for a little bit if you want to. I'm pooped.
No, it's good.
Exhausted.
It's time anyway. So
Yeah, I need to go.
Let's do our thing.
Okay.
I got shit to do.
I got riding.
Oh, fine then. I'm just kidding.
You totally remind me of my little girl because that's her new thing is to grab her toys and run through the house going whoosh. Yeah.
All right, who's going first?
You.
Cool. All right. Still a rough week for a lot of veterans in the U.S. and around the world. You know, every country that has shed blood through the past 20 years in the Afghanistan there are. I know it's been really stinking rough to see what was going on. I know some good news did come out of it. Those pictures of dog crates that were over there, and there's reported rumors of MWDs being left. 0 military working dogs from the United States were left over there.
Woo! I was worried about that.
That's been confirmed through a couple different outlets and some back channels.
Nice.
Those were actually cages for some of the rescue organizations over there.
Nice,
Unfortunately, some of them might, who knows what the situation is with that, but our MWDs are safe at least. Yeah, it's been rough for sure. You see that last grainy night vision picture of that guy stepping up the ramp.
Yeah, that was the last general.
That was the commanding general of the 82nd Airborne Division.
Yep.
And that, all I can say, that's the only honorable thing that's come out of this withdrawal. Not getting too crazy politics or anything like that.
Lead
At
by
least
example.
he was, he's last one to eat, first one to jump, last one to play and getting out. That's the way a leader should be. It's extremely lacking this day and age. So stay up, keep your chin up, reach out, talk if you need to. Veterans Crisis Hotline, plenty of organizations out there. Call your battle buddy, call your friend. We're all, sitting here thinking, was it worth it? Was anything we did worth it? Were the bombs I signed getting lined onto, loaded onto B1, was my effort worth it? Was my effort worth it in Turkey supporting all these operations? Your actions were not negated by this bungled plan, put it that way. And let's just hope that the right people are held accountable for that. Put it that way. You did your duty, you did your service honorably, and kicked ass as much as you could. Don't discount your service or yourself by any shape, form, or fashion. You kicked ass. So yeah, lots of things coming in. Veterans for Veterans Hotline, all kinds of things in here. So that's my message. I'm glad everybody's in my area safe from the hurricane. Please keep everybody in Louisiana and Mississippi in your thoughts. We actually had some other things just a little bit north of us in Mississippi, in George County, Mississippi last night. A roadway actually gave way while people were driving over it, and 2 people died and 10 people were injured because it literally just drove off into a chasm when it was washed out.
It was like 50 feet across or something they said on the news.
It's
yeah,
huge.
it was huge.
That's like maybe 40 miles north of us. So it's
Yeah,
like all the
man.
after effects are coming through for sure. Lots of people in Louisiana need some help. I know some National Guard is going to be activated. You guys be safe as hell. Lots Power Company linemen. I got a next door neighbor's lineman. He's about to go out, man. Those guys stay safe too. Keep kicking ass. Love you to death. Come back and see us next week. On to you guys.
All right, guys. I will roll into my spiel. Like Webb said, reach out and all that. Just my personal take on it. I'll let you guys know. I will not call my service into question in one iota, because my analogy has been, even when I was in the military, when I've been asked about, like, are you going over there doing your thing? First of all, I don't have a fucking choice. Not my say. And how I put it is, president is the hand and the trigger. Government, the generals, or the gun. I am the gunpowder. Army and Marines with a bullet. I support the bullet. We don't have a fucking choice what direction that goes.
Yep.
It's something that I heard from people on the ground. You're there for the guy on your left and your right. We're not there for policy. We don't care about policy. We care about the guys on our left and the right. The reason I say this is because I had a guy who was a door kicker, ground pounder, pipe hitter, whatever you want to call a cool name, call me up. And it was kind of weird he called me. It was a friend of mine, but it was just a weird time of day. And we were talking about bullshit. And then I was like, hey, man, how you doing? What's going on? He goes, I'm not good, man. He goes, what the fuck was the point? I lost people, blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, first of all, bro, you were an NCO out there. You did your job. You brought more people home than you lost. Everyone can't say that, but you did. Even though we had a number of, 2,000 plus people that passed, I like to believe that my job keeping air assets in the sky on a routine basis made that number as low as it was. Wish it could be lower, but I will not call whatever service in the question because of some politician that made a choice to do something that I had no control over. Just like we had no control to deploy to fight a war, because that's not our choice. We are just a tool. The hammer does not get to choose the nail it hits. It doesn't. It just hits a nail. It doesn't know why it's hitting that nail. That nail could be going into someone's head or a piece of wood. It doesn't matter. So
Right.
the hammer just does its job. And I did my job. I kept air assets in the air as much as possible to support the guys on the ground. And the guys on the ground did their job as professionals to keep the guy to the right and left alive as much as possible. So just if you kind of try to encapsulate it into that and don't get pulled in to the politics that none of the people in the military or in service should ever get into, because that's like trying to think of what God is doing. You know, it's not our place because it's not what we do. We just do our job. We're trained to do our job. And just remember that at the end of the day, you were trained to do a job. What those politicians do, it's not our wheelhouse. So in saying that, you know, I am honored that I was able to help in my small way, you know, deployed and everything else, training, getting, you know, having functional aircrafts in, you know, back home so pilots can do their, you know, roundabouts and go practice on the bomb range so they were more effective when they deployed. Everything I did, I look at it in that lens of the view that I took care of. Other than that, you know, I really can't, you know, and I just be there. I'm just there. That's why we have Veterans Anonymous, you know, because it does pull you in. It pulled me in for a little bit. You know, I was a little sideways looking at it and angry, especially when it started coming out that we're leaving and we're leaving people and we're leaving dogs. And I'm like, are you fucking leave what? Like,
Yeah.
I was super, I'm like, first of all, okay, you're leaving people horrible, bad, but now you're leaving something that can't even like figure out how to get home.
Right.
You know, like a
Yeah. person
person can at least like hide, maneuver. A dog's just like, hey, human, how you doing? You know, but folks, and you also need to realize you're back home. A lot of us are back home. We're in a way better place now than we were. You're not in the shit anymore. Mentally, you might still be there, but you need to realize that we're back in America. We're doing all this from our air-conditioned homes in a land that we need to pay attention to because we got other shit going on. So just be aware, folks. Don't let this get you too twisted up because we need you in more ways than you realize. Love you all. Buy more barbecue sauce. Get off Sweet Baby Ray's.
So I'll keep it short and sweet. You can't pour from an empty cup. So take some time this week to do things that you want to do that make you feel fulfilled, that kind of refresh yourself so you can help others.
And I'm going to say, like I always say, call somebody. If that person doesn't answer you, they might be calling somebody. They might be having issues of their own, especially now. Keep calling somebody, you know. Sometimes people don't click together, and, you know, don't stop after only calling one person and going, oh, nobody cares. I tried calling. Well, keep reaching out, you know. You just got to find that right person that you can shoot the breeze. Me and Felix for an hour a day play Call of Duty, and we just BS. Not about nothing important. We're just like, oh, that motherfucker shot me in the face, you know.
How you didn't die when you got shot with a 60 all up in the dome piece? That's
Right.
a headshot.
Probably
But-
happens a lot with you too.
Oh, it happens a lot with me.
No.
I'm the one getting hit. Felix is the one going, don't go that way. Oh, you didn't see that guy? I'm like, what guy? The
I
one that shot
literally
you.
spend some time on a sniper scope watching Dave shooting people that he walks by because he didn't see him.
But yeah, you know,
He's like
but
my clickbait.
that's like therapy. That's a relaxing. That's a get out of your head moment. You know, that's what we hope to do here is get out of your head and just kind of do something. But if you need to, call people, reach out. Don't, you know.
Hell yes. Well, we definitely love all of our audience. Thank you for sticking around as long as you have. We know we ramble on sometimes, but it's just the nature of the beast, you know? It's what it is. We love all you guys. Please join us next Tuesday. Please watch The Crossroads tomorrow night, Full Metal Crayon Eaters on Thursday night. And
We'll see about Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, this Friday looks open, but I'm trying to line up people, and since I've been so busy with business, business
And the
and
bike.
family come. Business and family come first. I've actually been blessed
And the bike.
because the bike, even though I rid a lot today, I rode to Sturgis and I talked to 3 different stores. I rode all the way to Belfouche, and I actually got into the runnings out in Belfouche on that ride.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm
Nice.
actually, besides riding and enjoying the ride, I'm actually working. I got my folder with my
Oh, we
price
know.
list.
We
and-
know.
I know. I got my shit. I'm doing my thing.
We know. All right, guys. We love you to death. Please join us next Tuesday. Watch tomorrow night Crossroads and Thursday night Full Metal Crayon Eaters. Peace.